In this video, I'm working on my headlights, which is for my 2005 Infiniti G35 Coupe. What I'm actually doing is for this side strip right here, which most people who own these cars know that if you put a little LED strip, well, not an LED strip, but if you put a little LED bulb in there, it only illuminates about, that much of the strip, which is, I'd say about a third worth of it, while the rest of it is just dim and not even lit up or illuminated at all. So what I'm doing is retrofitting some of these Morimoto XSB LED switchback strips, which they come in 3, 6, 18, and 24 inch strips, but my headlights that is needed is for 12 inches, so I'm getting 2 of these. Well, it comes in a pair for 2 6-inch strips, and you can pretty much go to the theretrofitsource.com and get everything that you would need from these LED strips, switchbacks, halos, shrouds, projectors, and everything else. But first thing is first, besides getting your headlights off of the car, the things that you're going to need is a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips, and for me, I've been using, to get things pried open a little bit easier and tighter spots, is like an ice pick or something a little sharper than all of that. But you're going to need a drill with a pretty small drill bit size, so I'm not quite sure what the size is on that one, but pretty small drill bit size, a heat gun, and what I've also used to kind of reseal them up was just some strip caulk. It just comes in the strips. And these are the LED strips, which is the XSB LED strips. This is the 1.0 version, which me personally, I like using these ones because of the fact that everything on it is perfect. The silicone or the sealant that's on top that protects the LEDs, which you can see it's a little shiny, but it doesn't fall apart. There's nothing wrong with it. It's durable, it's flexible. You can make this into plenty of different shapes and sizes. I mean, well, yeah, it comes in different sizes, but you can, it's very flexible. And it's clear, so that's one thing you want to make sure that you get, is the ones that are clear, because all the other ones are just a little bit different. But this doesn't show each individual LED when it's lit up. It actually looks like a solid bar, which I'll show you in a bit. But put that stuff off to the side. What you want to do is get the headlight. I've kind of already gone up in the process, just kind of speed things along. But there's a screw at the very top, then there's another screw down here, and then after that there's one last one at the very bottom, and those are the only 3 screws that you take off. Everything else is fine. But what you do is you get your heat gun and just kind of hit the sides where the adhesive and the sealant is at. Just kind of heat it up just to soften and loosen up the adhesive. Once that's done, you pretty much just want to kind of pry it up, usually starting from the top, pulling outward on the Infiniti headlights, due to the fact that you have pieces down here that won't come out as easy if you get it from the bottom up, which I've already done the process a little. So after you get it off, put your headlights off to the side. After that, there's actually what you can see for this turn signal. This is the turn signal, one of the headlights, second headlight, and then the strip. But on this, they generally come with this amber lens and, you know, chrome piece if you get the aftermarket headlights, which I don't like, and I dremeled it out. You know, just get a Dremel, just Dremel it out, and then you can see the back side. I actually Dremeled it out and painted it black. So I replaced that. That's my own preference, but I did that and get rid of the amber lens, and then, you know, pretty much use a switchback LED. But what you want to do with that is this. First, it's going to be this little, I guess, not shroud, but, you know, just kind of holding it in place, which it'll be over here. There's 3 screws, there's 1 there, and then these 2. So just unscrew these 3, and that piece comes right off, and then you can pull out this lens. You pull it out and do whatever. If you're gonna just leave it, then, you know, just kind of leave it. After that, put that to the side. Next, you come over here, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take out these 2 screws for the side light. There's just 1 right here, and then down here is the other one. So that's the other one right underneath it. And all you gotta do is just unscrew it. Take off the other one. And then the whole thing pretty much just comes right out. And like I said, I kind of went along with the process, sped things up, but this is what you want to do. This comes right out, the lens. So you just kind of want to be careful you don't break this tab off, or the other tab, which is at the bottom, because when you pull it out, there's the tab. You don't want to break these. Kind of helps keep it in place. So pull that out, put it off to the side. And what I did is actually, you can kind of see the strips in there, not really. Let me move these to the side. There's the strips laying at the bottom of of this housing. So it's at the very, very bottom, which is why these are perfect, because they're actually, the width is 5 millimeter width. The thickness is 1 millimeter, so it, you know, practically doesn't get in the way. But what you want to do, it has adhesive on the back end of it, and this is actually what you want to do is get the drill. Like I was saying, get the drill, and the drill bit, what you want to do is actually, I kind of sealed it already, but just make a small little hole on this edge of the housing. So you want to drill it going along with this flat piece right here. So just drill it just a little above, and just drill it. And you want to try drill one like right next to it as well. So not only do you want to drill one like right here, but drill one right next to it, just so it kind of goes as far as the length of the LED strip, so you can actually slide it in there. So I'll do that on both ends, that side and then this side too as well, which you just gotta remeasure. I sealed it up, but you just want to measure things correctly, so you make sure it doesn't get in the way of the plastic tab that actually goes in there from the lens itself, so it stays out of the way. After you do that, you know, you slide the strips in, just positioning them correctly so this isn't sticking out of the hole, and this is, you know, laying down at the very bottom. Push it down, just tap it down there kind of slightly. You don't want to damage the LED strips, and you want to make sure that you line up the second one as good as you can, just to kind of make it somewhat continuous looking. After that, do what I did, seal it up. I used the strip caulk to kind of seal around it, so that way it doesn't, you know, move around as much, or even, you know, any debris or any moisture or anything like that, but shouldn't matter too much. On these aftermarket ones down here, they came with these little holes already in here, and they're usually covered up by these like little stickers or something on the other side. I punctured a hole on this one to kind of get the plug in. You might have to actually release the prongs that are in there to release the wire, put the wires through, and then put it back in. And after you're done with that, put the housing back in there. You want to slide the lens back in as well. So you slide it back, just kind of goes in, no problem. After that, just re-screw these two back in, and then go to the one at the bottom. It's not too bad.